Alright, now that we've learned the basics of how to open up and use an audio file in that browser-based program, we're going to look at some of the more detailed stuff. So you'll remember last time we saved our project in our email because it wouldn't save it directly in the app because it's not actually an app, it's just a browser-based add-on. So you want to go back to your email to where you either sent your file to you last time or you just stuck it in your drafts by writing an email and then closing it. And here's my project that I started last time. I'm just going to click on that. It will download automatically to my downloads folder, and then I can go in any Chrome window, go up here to where I have the icon for AudioStudio and click on that and start the editor. Okay, so this is just where we started last time with nothing in there. However, we do have a project now that we can upload. So we'll go to File and Load Project from Local Audio Project File. So this will allow us to get it off of our computer where we've just downloaded it. So I'm going to hit Choose File. I'm going to go to Downloads. And hey, what do you know? There it is, the one that I just barely downloaded. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to hit Open. And then I still have to push this button. Now remember, it will override your work. So if you already had a project in here and you're trying to load a second project, the first project will disappear. You would want to make sure that's saved and downloaded before you hit this button. But I didn't have anything in there. So hey, check this out. This is the exact same recording that we stopped with in the last video.
And start talking. Right at the top it'll tell you.
Perfect. So we can just pick up from where we are right now. So that is how you save and load a file if you're not able to get it all done in one day. However, for right now, I'm going to get rid of that track and kind of start fresh. You'll want to have everything planned out at this point so that you're not just guessing or playing it by ear, like I will be doing in this example because it's just an example. But you'll have everything set up and ready to go, and then you start recording. And you say something like, "Welcome to Casts the Mighty. This is the podcast where we explore the hidden side of people's behavior. Why is it that people act the way they do? Today we have an exciting show for you all about why people love cats. What is it about these fuzzy critter catter wow." Okay, so I messed up, right? On purpose. But at this point, you're going to want to be able to make some cuts and splices. So we can use this zoom on the bottom to get closer to it. And we're going to find out where do we need to cut a piece off and get rid of it. So let's just play it till we get where we need to. Okay, by that point it's already weird. So I think I would probably try to say that whole cat part again. So we'll start right after this here where it says
about why people love cats.
Okay, why people love cats. I can see right here is where I say cats, and then there's a blank space. So what I'm going to do is go up to this split section mode right here and hit that button. Then I'm going to go down here till I have that crosshair, and I'm going to click right at that spot. And you can see it splits it into two separate pieces now. So I have to go back to my select mode, so I'm not cutting anything else. And I can move this piece around. I could even make them happen at the same time, which I don't want to do. Yeah. And then I can hit here the enter remove section mode, and I just click on the section I want to get rid of. Make sure you go back to your arrow so you're not deleting the next thing on accident. So you can go through and you can cut pieces out where you make a mistake, or you can do a section of it, and then if you forget what you're doing, you don't have to restart completely. You could just pick up from that point and then say, what it is. Oh, I got another mistake to cut out. What is it about these fuzzy crittery critters that we love so much and their soft noses and cuddly wuddly whiskers? I don't know, man. They're just nice. Okay, so that was kind of a sloppy take. I would maybe want to do that completely again. I'm like, that was lousy. So let's get rid of this. Bloop, blop. And let's record again. What is it about these cuddly critters that makes us love them so much? Join us as we look into catastrophe with cats. Boing. Awesome. So wait a second, what just happened, right? Where's my recording? It's down here. Just remember, it adds a big layer every time you record something, so we can get rid of this one. All right, so this one was not so bad, and I can add it up here. And if I need to cut out any parts, I can. And we just build our podcast like this, so we have it all flowing together in the correct way.
Cats. What is it about these cuddly critters that makes us love them so much?
Perfect.
Join us as we look into catastrophe with cats.
Awesome. So it's starting to come together. So you keep recording one piece at a time. You piece it together. You cut out any messes or mistakes, things that you don't want to keep in there. Or maybe you just change your mind later and you realize it needs to go in a different direction. Perfect. And you after you get your entire script in there and make sure that it is saved on your computer a time or two, you will want to start to add some sound effects and maybe some music in certain parts. So there's a lot of different areas you can go to get sound effects. If you just go to Google and type in free sound effects, there's a lot of places that pop up. Many of them ask you to create an account with them. They really are free, but they want you to log in. And you can do that if you want to. The soundbible.com often I found, and a lot of their sounds, so they don't make you create an account. So what if I need a cat sound? I can just go to one of these free sound effects places, put in cat sound. None of these are cats. There we go. Finally, cat's meow. Let's test it out. That sounds like a cat. Perfect. Now to download this, I'll just click on the title, and it'll give me a choice. Do I want a WAV file? Do I want an MP3 file? WAV files are higher quality sound, but MP3s are smaller files, and they're usually pretty good quality sound anyway. So I'm going to click it right there, and you'll notice it downloaded it. If you're on a Chromebook, you might not see this download, but it is going into your folders. And you could access that folder by hitting your start button, and then there's a picture of a folder that says files. So we've got a cat sound. Great. How do we put the cat sound into our program? I'm going to go down here where it says import. And I'm just going to click import and choose a file from my computer. That cat sound I just clicked on went straight to my downloads folder, and here it is right there. So I'm just going to click on that, hit open, and then import audio. And hey, I've got a cat sound right here. It starts at the very, very beginning, so I'll probably want to scoot it down. I'm going to delete this file so that we can get these two together. Where would be a good part in my recording to put the cat sound effect? Let's see.
Hidden side of people's behavior. Why is it that people act the way they do? Today we have an exciting show for you, all about why people love cats.
That's a perfect spot to put my sound effect, right? So I'm just going to slide it right there. I can see the sound actually starts right there, so I'll line that up with my playhead, and let's see what it sounds like.
People love cats. What is it about these cuddly critters that make...
Alright, so that second meow talks over the top of me, and that doesn't work because then it just gets distracting. Looks like we only need one meow, so you know what to do. Go to the split section, cut it right there, go to the remove section, and get rid of that. Now it should sound perfect, right?
Why people love cats. What is it?
Nice. I think we could even use a smidgen of a delay after that meow, so I could shuffle that across. Beautiful. So what if I want to have some music in here as well for my podcast? There's lots of places you can go get music. Any MP3 file you have, you can upload and it'll work just fine. You could get things off of YouTube as well. You just got to watch out for copyright laws. The place I really like to go is called Purple Planet. Purple Planet is a bunch of music that people make especially for commercials. And as long as you're not selling anything with your video, you can use it for free. So I'll go in here and say, I think a piece of cute music would work perfectly for my cats. Let's see. Which of these songs is perfect? And I could try each of these things, but let's see if I can find, because I've been through this page enough. How about Furry Friends? Let's see. That's cutesy. Not exactly what I want. How about this one? Happy footsteps, happy-go-lucky. That sounds good. So I'm going to hit download right here. It takes me to a page that looks like this. Then I download, and just like your sound effect, it's an MP3. Perfect. So now I can add my music by going to the bottom and hitting import, choosing this new file I just got, Purple Planet Music, and import audio. Great, now I have a music file. We're going to come across a problem though, I believe. Let's see what it sounds like.
Welcome to Casts of Mighty. This is a podcast where
It's kind of hard. It's hard to hear what I'm saying with the music on that loud. It's overbearing. So maybe at the beginning I want it to be louder, but then as I start talking I want it to be more quiet. So let's go back to the beginning and see. So it can start nice and loud there, but then as soon as I start talking I want it more quiet. So each of your tracks has this volume control down here underneath it, this line which controls how loud the sound is. And if I click on that line anywhere and drag it, I can move it up and down. And if I click a second time, it gives me a second place I can move up and down. So if I want it to be at a good volume and then I want the sound to drop lower, I can drop that way down. Let's see how that sounds.
Welcome to Casts of Mighty. This is a podcast where we explore the
Maybe even quieter.
side of people's behavior. Why is it that people act the way they do?
Then maybe
Today
at
we
the
have an
part
exciting show for you.
At the part where I start talking about cats, maybe we want this music to come in a little louder again because it sounds kind of cat-like.
All about why people love cats.
Alright, so maybe right about there, I wanted to start getting a little louder again just for a moment.
Why people love cats. What is
And then we're going to want it to start going down. So maybe I'll go clear over here and let it gradually go down and fade away to nothing.
it about these cuddly critters that makes us love them so much? Join us as we look into catastrophe with cats.
There we go. So we have a beautiful fade out where the music drops all the way to the end. And then if I don't need the music after that point anymore, I can just go in and snip it and then get rid of the rest of the song because I don't need it to continue on. Does that make sense? We're starting to create something that's pretty interesting, right? So we can add lots of sound effects, we can have music, we can adjust things, we can make my voice louder if I need to by going up here and dragging that up. You just want to keep everything within a good range. So really quickly, check over here. You've got some sound bars, some sound monitors that tell you how loud the sound is going.
Welcome to Casts of Mighty. This is
So this is a good amount of sound. If we go up too loud, we're going to start to get oranges and reds over here. Oranges are okay, but you never want it to go to red. Red will just kind of blur things out. It'll do what we call clipping, where part of your sound goes too loud for the computer to be able to play back, and it just sounds fuzzy and bad. So make sure as you go along that your sound doesn't get up into the red, and you can adjust it as loud or quietly as you want to. This is basically the whole overview that you're going to need to be able to know. And if you can do these things, you're going to be able to create a pretty awesome podcast. Just remember, occasionally, you're going to want to be saving it to your computer just in case, because you don't want your computer to shut down for some reason and to lose what you've got. When your project is completed and beautiful, you're going to want to export it. There's a few different ways to do that. You can save it as an MP3 or as a wave. You can also export it as a wave over here, but we're going to use MP3 because wave files are going to get pretty big. So I will click on Share as MP3, and I have to wait for this progress bar to fill up all the way, just turning it into an MP3. And then you have different choices. If you want to save it into your Google Drive, you can absolutely do that. And it's excellent because, it's an add-on. You're already logged in to Google Drive. You just hit that and wham, you save it directly in there. You can also save it in their audio cloud. I haven't done that. I don't know how reliable it is. So maybe you'd want to save it in more than one place. Or you have the option to export it and save it to your computer. So if you click on that, what you have to do is wait for their website to send themselves a file of it. And here it is. And once you've got this play bar right here, you're ready to go. You just click on these three dots and download it to your computer. And this is your finished podcast that is downloading on your computer. You can go in to where it is and give it a better name, like David's Podcast. You can't include apostrophes, or I would have. And then you've got your podcast right here, and you can share it, and you can email it to me, and you can do whatever you want with it. And you can listen to it again and again and relish how wonderful you sound.
Welcome to Casts the Mighty. This is the podcast.
So let's see what you can make with this. I'm excited to see. See you later.